How you going, team? We're into our third week now of isolation, and I hope everyone is keeping well. Firstly, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the comments about the ANRAP we did. I hope you've got something out of it. Yeah, it's quite a good way to work out, to get a lot of work done in that time. So the feedback I had was really positive, and like initially when I set it up, I mean, if one person did it, it's worthwhile. So I appreciate the positive feedback on that, and yeah, I just hope you just pushed it and yeah, really worked the program. We're into our third week now of isolation, so I mean, we'd all have hopefully we've got our routine set now. I mean, we've sort of found one here. As far as fitting an exercise goes, so I can't stress enough how important it is to keep trying to keep active through this time. Just mentally, it makes you feel better that you are getting something done. So it can be anything as well. So don't stress too much on, working too hard, but just get something done in that time. We just had Easter, so happy Easter. I hope everyone had a good, obviously we're sort of not working, most of us aren't working, but hopefully we didn't indulge too much, but if we did, I'll set up something here so we can burn off a few of those calories. So so I'm going to run you through something today, and then you can do this again through the week. It's sort of set up as a challenge for you guys. So we'll run through it now, and I'll explain as we go. People that have done my strength and conditioning class, and probably a few clients and sports teams I've run, will be familiar with this. It's pretty easy setup, no gear required except a pad, pen and timer if possible. Like you'll have your phones to work with, and for your time, clock of some sort. So that's the only thing you really need for this. So I'll explain it as we go. So what I've got here is we're setting up a Carnage's Minute Max. Okay, so what we're basically doing is we're going to go max reps for each exercise. Okay, and it's a good one as well to work with if you're in that bubble we talked about, if you're peers. If you got you got peers, there's 4 or 5 years in your family, get everyone involved in it. It's a good way to keep everyone moving. So you're working out your max reps each exercise, you record the reps and numbers, you work in pairs or by yourself, you can do it. You've got to just be a bit tough and remember how much reps you've done because they will be written down. Once you start, you don't stop, so just make sure you got your stuff together. Because once it starts, you don't stop, okay? So towels, make sure you've been to the toilet, you got your drink there, just everything's, you got everything ready. Okay, so basically the setup is you're working for a minute, your partner records the reps. So say for instance, the first exercise we've got star jumps. Okay, so star jumps, basically that's a basic setup. So it's just a good way to warm up. Okay, so I'll be doing the star jumps once we started, and my partner will be recording how many star jumps I do, okay, in that minute. Encouraging as well, so what hopefully it's set up so you can have a bit of a competition between each other, that you can that you can do the exercise and create a bit of competition. So we've done our minute, and then now we've got a 20-second changeover. So what we've partners written down the result for the first exercise, and then you're changing over, okay, 20 seconds, and then on that 20 seconds, your partner works for the next minute, okay, and then so on and so on. So it changes, 20-second break, and you swap over, and it just keeps rolling until you get through all the exercises. I hope that's a pretty simple way of sort of explaining it. If you have any problems with that, you can get a hold of me via Carnage House Training on Insta. But what I've done, originally when I set it up, I had about 20 individual exercises, and we'd just run through the whole 20. So it's 20 minutes work. But what I've done here is we've shortened it up and we're going to do 12, but we're going to run through it twice, okay? So this is really going to test your endurance when you do your second time round. So basically, you know, like it's the second time round obviously should be a bit harder. Now you may think as well, like 1 minute, you're working for a minute, you've got 20-second changeover, and then you're recording for a minute. So you're really having 1 minute work, 1 minute 20 rest. I can tell you now, you think that's pretty cruisy. As you get going through this, and I can vouch for it, it gets bloody tough, okay? So you're constantly going the whole time, okay? So if you're to go through that twice, you've got 24 minutes work, basically, okay? So I'll quickly run over the exercises now as we go through. So the first one's star jumps. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The next one's bodyweight squats, which we've done on our ANRAP, pretty basic. Squat jumps, okay? I think we did that in our ANRAP as well. Drop squats. So drop squat, and we're touching the ground. It's nearly like jumping out into probably half a sumo. You can get quite wide with this. Okay, so that's a drop squat. So that in itself is going to really hit your legs quite hard. You're going to get a burn up, a sweat up from that. Walkouts on the hands, reach down, walk out. Okay, so this is one alternative to walk out and up. The other alternative to make it a bit harder, walk out into a press up and walk back and up. Okay, so the key is to get down and try to keep your legs nice and straight and walk out quickly on your hands and back. Push-ups, there's a couple alternatives for this. We did, you know, obviously on your knees, you can do your push-ups on your knees, standard push-ups, and then we did I think we did the gorilla push in the ANRAP. So just what I'm going to do, clap. Okay, so basically, if you really want to teach yourself, do that one. Now, with the push-ups, look, if you can get any normal push-ups out, I recommend do them. You know, you might be able to do 5, even 3, it doesn't matter. And then you fall to your knees and do the rest of the minute. So a minute's a bloody long time to do the exercise, okay? So always pick the harder option and then you can go down, okay? Make it hard on yourself. Okay, so 7 exercise, burpees, standard issue, burpee, out and up. If you want to do the alternative, that's a push-up. I like to do the push and press, okay? So with that, you sort of let yourself fall down and then push yourself up, explode up for the push-up burpee. Okay, so we've done that, work the chest and shoulders. Then we're going to get onto some high knees, nice and high with those. And what we're looking to do here is get a bit of a heart rate up. And then we're going to go into alternative lunge jumps. Again, get that heart rate up because we're about to hit 3 exercises on the core. So I sort of want that heart rate up and we're burning. Mountain climbers for number 10. That's a minute of them. Commandos for 11. We're all pretty familiar with these now. It's cool. Make sure you change hands if possible. Well, like I like to do it 5 on each side, 5 on one side, left side, 5 on the right side. Just make sure you're getting an even amount of work on each arm. And then sit-ups. And Nate helps me with these. So does Baxter, as you can see. Okay, so not too much, sit-ups are a sit-up. Just get your hands back and keep your head up. Just make sure we lean as far forward as possible so we're hitting our core. So you're looking at max reps of them, and I'll tell you in a minute you can get quite a lot of them out and you'll be burning by that stage. So we've gone through our 12 exercises, And then all we're doing is repeating that. Okay, so that's 24 exercises in a session. Okay, so 24 minutes of max work. Now I'll stress to you at the start, like we're sort of warming into things with the star jumps and bodyweight squats, so nothing too impactful there. But if you wanted to have a warm up, I'd suggest just even a brisk walk or jog around your block and have all this set up ready to go. Now with the pad, usually I'll have like a, obviously a pad, and I'd write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to 12, and then you can even list the exercise. And then all you're doing is when you once you count out the exercise, whatever it is, you just put the appropriate number of reps beside each exercise. Okay, and then you go into the next one. So it's just a minute on, 20-second changeover, get your pad sorted out to the other person, and then the other person set up, and then you're working again. And then you're on to the next exercise. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's just a good way of getting a good workout in without having to worry about any gear, because not all of us has gear, and I mean some of the best workouts are without gear, to be honest. So with this there's a bit of everything, some higher impact stuff and really heart rate up, and it's a full body blast as well. So I think that covers everything. Like I say, if you have any problems, give us a bell, but let me know some comments and feedback from this one, Nate. And good luck with it. And go hard, give it a good crack, and I think that covers everything. So thanks very much, and hopefully we see you again next week for another one. Cheers.